I'm going to show you the first example from the DRM toolbox. It's a method called familiarization. This method is derived from how basic human communication works. Spoken rhetoric often uses contradictions to evoke interest and to persuade. It's called rhetorical tropes, and it is a rhetorical figure of speech that consists of a play on words. In visual rhetorics, radically different effects could be achieved with rhetorical tropes. It's not a play with words anymore, but a play with semantic images, materials, color and texture. Familiarization and defamiliarization are basic principles practiced in motion pictures, art, fashion, advertising, architecture, and in product design. One of the deep needs we have is to be able to understand the world around us. If we understand, then we can predict what will happen and control our environment and stay safe. When we cannot make sense of our experiences, our level of attention arises. An example of familiarization is when you have a scary, strange, complex or threatening object and you convert that to something positive, fun or interesting by adding what we call an anchor. An anchor is something that the consumer can relate to in a positive manner. What we see here is a threatening weapon that symbolizes suffering and misery in the world. Let's do an experiment with this and add an anchor to it. The result of familiarization could be something appealing that evokes emotion or just a naturalization of something unwanted. In this case, we have tried to anchor the threatening weapon with Christmas. The result will capture attention for sure, but the association between family Christmas shopping malls and terrorist weapons is not very pleasant. That's perhaps even more scary. Let's try another one. Hello Kitty works pretty well as the anchor. The communicative function of laughter has its origin to signal that a scary or hostile situation is disarmed. Let's try another one. Luxury. Luxury as an anchor for a threat has always been persuasive. After all, what would James Bond be without this? The fear could be the fear of the unknown. Let's try and anchor this with something cute and see what happens. We love this little green alien, not just because he's cute, but he actually converted our fear. He disarmed it, and for that we love him. So we associate him with the relief we feel when he has disarmed a threat. And that's why we love him. The threat could be something complex and difficult that reminds us of something unpleasant. It reminds us of situations of struggling with hard to master technology. Let's anchor this with something that is the opposite of complex and see what happens. We love Apple products, not just because they are good looking, but Apple products disarm our fear of complexity, and for that we love them. So first we have a threat, which could be something new, or strange, or complex, dangerous perhaps. Then we add an anchor to this, which is something familiar, cute or friendly, and the result is a disarmed threat. And it's a disarmed threat that evokes emotion and grabs attention. And that's the whole point of it.